Hey everyone, and welcome to Isms by Josie. Today we're going to be continuing part 2 of this video series, doing The Mandalorian from the movie The Mandalorian. For my returning subscribers, thank you so much for tuning in. And for my new viewers, please consider subscribing, share, hit that like button, leave a comment below, and click on that notification bell for future videos. So today, you guys, I know it's been a hot minute. I've had so many things to do, but we're going to continue The Mandalorian. If you had not catched part 1 of this video, go ahead to my crochet playlist and check out that video. But where we are in this, this is like really mind-blowing, this character. Very long. It's not really divided into head and body, which I think is great if they could just break it up. But we are in round 14 now. There are, you know, they have about 31 rounds for this part, and then we have to do the rest, the arms, the armor, another part of the, well, I guess the shoulder armors, the helmet. I don't know why we're doing more about the helmet. Guess there's more to add on. Shoulder straps, cloak. I mean, I get it. This is really great. We did Grogu, and I get like the fascination with the movie, period. Doing crocheted items from there, also pretty cool, but it's so much in detail. This is probably the hardest kit that I've had to do. So we're gonna do round 14. It's I'm going to go through every new stitch at least 3 times, step by step, and thereafter I'm going to go my normal speed. If you need to slow down or make the video faster, click on the gear button in the corner of the screen. There's playback options. If you don't need to hear me talk, you can lower the volume on your device and then click on the CC closed caption button. Alright, so we have to do single crochet stitch 2 together 2 times. And I mean 12 times and end up with 12 stitches, and we're going to change to mid-brown yarn. So what this basically is we're going to be doing a decreasing stitch, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So this is where we left off. I have my marker here. We are going to go into the next stitch, and you are going to stick your hook in it. We're going to yarn over and pull up a loop, and then we're going to go into the next stitch over. We're going to yarn over, pull up a loop, and then we're going to yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. And so we did the single crochet 2 together. Okay, now we just have to do this 11 more times. So into the next stitch, put in your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, then into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop. Then we're going to yarn over and you're going to pull through all 3 loops. And then we're going to repeat this 10 more times. So so into the next stitch, put in your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, into the next stitch over, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. And now we're going to do 9 more of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, oops, 7, 8, 8 and 9. Alright, so before I complete the 9, actually, it says that we are going to change to mid-brown yarn. So what we're going to do is I'm going to pull this out a little bit so that we don't lose our stitch. I'm going to pull out our hook because we need this. Set your helmet aside. Grab the mid-brown. I don't know, I have this one and this one. If you look at the cover, it just doesn't even look that way. So anyway, this is dark brown. This is mid-brown yarn, I'm guessing. Hopefully I'm right. And then you just gotta unravel this. And this is worsted weight yarn. You can feel it. I feel like it becomes stiffer the more I rattle around with this. I cannot find the end. I thought I had it 2 seconds ago. Oh, here it is. And it just crunches. Although it's very ASMR. I'm not a fan of worsted weight. It just feels too rough. But I think I'm figuring, you know, it's Mandalorian. Nothing is, you know, squishy and soft and feathery. Nope, this is going to be desert-like. Very rough and tumble. Anyway. So we are going to attach mid-brown, and I want to show you how to cast on using a slip knot. So we're going to grab the end of this mid-brown yarn with our ring finger and pinky and thumb, and then on the other end you're going to take your index and middle finger and just hold it apart. Take your hook and lay it perpendicular to your yarn. We're going to go down, out, and around to make a loop around your hook that you can slide up and down. Slide it down towards your thumb. Take your middle finger in your right hand and just hold where it crosses. I'm going to let go of my left hand and we're going to gather up some yarn around your finger. Then repinch the end here and we're going to slide our hook down. And once we get down towards our thumb, you just want to pinch it where it crosses so that you can no longer slide your hook up and down. Then we're going to yarn over and we're going to pull this through the loop like that. Then I'm going to overhand my hook. I'm going to repinch this end piece here. I'm going to slide this knot towards my left thumb, and you want to slide it to where the knot tightens. And once you hit a point where you cannot move this knot anymore, then we're going to take our thumb and middle finger and just pull out that tail just a little bit to make that knot nice and snug. And once we do that, you're going to take the knot and you're going to slide it closer to the hook. Right? You want to leave yourself some room because we are going to be changing this into our project. So slip this off the hook. Set it aside, try not to lose the loop. Grab your helmet again, put your hook back into the project, tighten up that yarn. We're going to complete our last single crochet 2 together. So into the next stitch, put in your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop. Now, what we're going to do is, rather than use the dark gray to yarn over, set this aside. You can hold it with your ring finger and your middle finger, like that, to set this aside. We're going to grab our mid-brown color and slip it onto our hook. Okay. Then you're going to gather up some yarn here, and we're going to pull this loop through all 3 loops off your hook, like so. Okay, once we're here, we have to secure our dark gray. So let's tie 2 kind of loose knots around the mid-brown. 1, 2, just enough so that the yarn won't slip out and unravel your project. You can stuff the yarn into the helmet, and then we can continue with the mid-brown. remove the marker, and we will mark the last stitch we made. Okay, and then we're going to do round 15. So we have 2 single crochet stitches in the next stitch. So that sounds like an increasing stitch, putting 2 single crochet stitches in the next stitch, and then we're going to do a single crochet stitch in the next stitch 6 times and end up with 18. So this book, and I probably mentioned it before with Grogu or maybe in part 1, it seems like they don't use increasing stitch and decreasing stitch terminology. They use single crochet 2 together, and then they use 2 single crochet stitches in next stitch. So let me show you what that is. I think that is actually pretty straightforward. Where does it say to put stuffing? Because this is getting a little bit difficult here. Well, it's kind of growing. Stuff head now. We're going to stuff it at round 19. Okay. So, and there's no changing after 15. That's good. All right. So let's do 2 single crochet stitches in the next stitch. So just be mindful of the stitches that you use. It looks like it'd be this one, but no, this is the one that we use to do 2 single crochet stitches together. So it'd be this one. We're going to do 2 single crochet stitches in this one stitch here. So yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Into that same stitch, put in your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. So we have our 2 single crochet stitches in one stitch. Then we got to do a single crochet stitch in the next stitch. So in the next stitch, put in your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. And then we just have to repeat this 5 more times. So into the next stitch, we're going to do 2 single crochet stitches, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Make sure you clear your yarn. Into the same stitch, put in your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. And then into the next stitch, we're going to do a single crochet stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. So now we just have to do 4 more of these. Into the next stitch, we're going to do 2 single crochet stitches, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Into the next stitch, put in your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Into the next stitch, put in your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Alright, so now we just have to repeat this 3 more times. One, 2, and 3. Okay, so now I'm going to remove the marker. Put that in the last stitch we made. I'm going to use a different, I like it when the markers are sticking out more because it's easier to slip on. So let me find a good one. I have a bunch of these. I think this kit gives you 4 or 5 of them. So just pick one that you like best. But they should be like this. I like it when it's open. Because then you don't have to be opening it while you're slipping this on. You can just slip it on. Okay. So we marked that. Now we're going to do rounds 16 and 17. So this will be 16. This will be 17. And And what we're going to do is do a single crochet stitch in each round. But we're changing to beige, and I'm saying this now. I probably will forget, but I'm saying it now to hopefully not forget. But after the second round of this, we're going to change to beige yarn. So I'm going to do this in silence. Okay, I didn't do the last stitch because we have to change to beige yarn. So I'm going to cast on the hook with the beige yarn. And we're going to take our ring and pinky and thumb, hold one end, index and middle finger, and hold apart the yarn. We're going to lie the hook perpendicular to the yarn and go down, out, and around to make a loop. So you can go up and down with your hook. Slide your hook all the way down, take your middle finger and just hold it where it crosses so that you can let go of your left hand. And then we're going to get some yarn around your finger, re-pinch the end. We're going to slide the hook down towards your thumb and we're just going to pinch where it crosses so that you can no longer slide the hook up and down. Then we're going to yarn over, and you're going to pull this through the loop. I'm going to overhand my hook. I'm going to re-pinch this end, and I'm going to push the knot towards my left thumb. So keep doing that until you cannot any longer. Once you hit a stopping point, pull the end piece just a little bit more to make that knot nice and snug. Then I'm going to grab the knot and pull it towards the hook. We're going to leave some space because we're going to be slipping this onto our project. So take this off your hook, try not to lose the loop, set it aside. We're going to grab our project again and put our hook back into the loop, tighten it up, and then we're going to continue our last single crochet stitch here. So into the next hook, put in your, into the last stitch, put in your hook, or next stitch, geez. We're going to yarn over, pull up a loop. Okay, then we're going to set aside the yarn. You can hold it with your ring finger and your middle finger, and I'm going to grab the beige yarn, slip it onto the hook, and we're going to grab some yarn on our finger here, and we're going to pull this through both loops, and then we can start on to the next round. I'm going to move this marker to the last stitch we made. Okay. All right. So we did that. So for round 18, we're going to do back loop only, and I'll explain what that is. And we're going to do a single crochet stitch in each stitch all the way around. Okay. So what that is when we look closely, each stitch looks like a nice braid. We have the front loop here, and then we have the back loop here. So when they say BLO, we're just going to stick our hook into the back loop only. So I'll show you how to do that. So in the next stitch, put in your hook, but don't put it like we normally do under both. We're going to put it in the back loop only. So split that braid apart and put your hook into that back loop only. The front loop is just chilling here in the front here. So we're going to yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through 2 loops. Okay, make sure you clear your yarn. Something stuck. Okay. Now into the next stitch, again, not into the front loop, not under both loops. We're going to go and split this braid and put it into the back loop only. Yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through 2 loops. Right, one more time with you guys. Into the next stitch, not under the braid, not in front. We're going to split this braid and put it just in the back loop only. Yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. All right, so now we just have to complete this round. Let me get more yarn, and this is how much they give you, so I'm a little worried because I think I saw further down the instructions we're using this again, so I'm debating if I should just cut it off altogether and then put it back on. I might do that because I don't want to waste yarn trying to like trail it up inside the Mandalorian. But now I'm going to continue using back loop only all the way around until we get to the end, and then we can do round 19. But again, back loop only. So when you're doing this, you'll see like a row of all the front loops. It's going to be a nice clean line. We did it before in the part 1 video doing the helmet, and that's going to allow us to like kind of make a fold at this section. So I guess this is the neck area, which is why we are doing the fold. It'll turn into the shoulders. But I'm going to try to use this beige yarn sparingly and make my stitches a little bit tighter than I normally. I'm just concerned that there's not a lot of beige left, and I did see beige being used down the line, so I don't want to be left not having enough yarn. Okay. And we're into our last stitch here. All right, I'm going to relocate this marker to the last stitch we made. Okay. Now, for round 19, we're going to single crochet stitch in each round. We're going to do two things after that. We are going to stuff the head, and then we're going to change to dark brown yarn. So I got to remind myself not to finish the last single crochet stitch. I'm also thinking, because this is all we have, I feel like not wasting, like what would be more waste, trailing it inside the Mandalorian or cutting it. I don't know, we'll see. All right, now we're gonna go back to front and back loops. So you can go back to sticking it into the next stitch as we normally have. And we're just gonna go all the way around with this. Again, I'm gonna try to minimize the waste of the yarn by making my stitches a little tighter. I mean, I might just leave it attached until I use it again. But I have a feeling this isn't going to be enough. I also think if things are like medium, light, dark, they should have a label on it, because there's a bunch of colors in this kit that I was like, oh, doesn't look like the cover photo. I hope I have the right one, you know? So they should really put labels on each of these things. Someone had asked me, and I still haven't dealt with it. I started a flower bouquet and I never finished it, but that one was the most confusing because they tell you to use like colors, and it's like Crayola named colors like carnation or whatever, and I'm like, what is that? What color do you suspect that is? So I feel like they should be labeling the yarn, just so there's no confusion. All right, I'm gonna not do the last one. We have to stuff and we have to switch color, and I don't think I'm going to, I don't know, we'll see how far this makes us, but this is not going to be enough to do a round. So I don't know. I saw it here, change to beige yarn. Yeah, single crochet in the next 3 stitches. Oh, it's only for a little bit. Okay. Let me get my stuffing. Okay, got my stuffing. I'm gonna put this all into my helmet. I want to make sure that I'm not burying the yarn that I have currently in place to crochet with. And we're just gonna stuff this to fill out Mando's big head. Just looking at the size of it, this is going to be a fairly large sized Mandalorian. Okay, we are filling this guy's head up. inflating his head. Okay, I think I got a nice thickness to this. Make sure that that section folds like it's supposed to. You can see where the back loop is just automatically creating a ledge, and you just want to shape your Mandalorian's head. And now I don't want it to look like a Darth Vader shape. Let's not give him a domed, too much of a domed head. Okay. 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 Then we have to change to dark brown. We're going to be juggling a lot of colors. I think it's just, we're just not going to remove these because having to cast on all the time is just going to be a pain. So it's also going to be a pain juggling the yarn, but we'll see. Alright, so I'm going to get my dark brown. Here is the dark brown. And I'm going to cast on one more time, step by step with you guys. So take your brown, pinky, ring, and thumb, then with your index and middle, hold it apart. Take your hook, lie it perpendicular to the yarn. We're going to go down, out, and around. So we can slide this hook up and down. Slide it down towards your thumb. Take your middle finger and hold it where it crosses. I'm going to let go of my left and grab some yarn around my finger. Then you're going to re-pinch the end. We're going to slide the hook towards our thumb, and where it crosses, you just want to pinch so that your hook can no longer slide up or down. We're going to yarn over. You're going to pull this through this loop. Right, then we're going to overhand our hook. We're going to re-pinch our end, and we're going to slide this knot towards our thumb. So slide the knot until you can't do it anymore. Then once you hit that stopping point, you want to pull out this tail just a little bit to make that knot nice and snug. Grab the knot and slide it up towards your hook. You want to leave some space. And we're going to slip this off of our hook. Set it aside for now. Then we're going to put our hook back into our project. We're going to tighten up this loop like this. And then we're going to try completing our last single crochet stitch. So stick your hook into the next stitch. We're going to yarn over and pull up a loop. And then we're going to set this yarn aside. Use your ring finger to hold it against your middle. We're going to take our dark brown that we just did a slip knot with, slide that onto your hook. And we're going to drag this loop through these two loops off your hook. And then we can continue on with our next steps. So now we're in round 20. We're going to do 2 double crochet, a bob stitch in the next stitch, a single crochet stitch in the next stitch 5 times, and then we're going to change to light gray yarn. 2 double crochet bob stitches in next stitch, change to dark brown yarn, single crochet in the next stitch, and then 2 double crochet bob stitch in the next stitch, single crochet in the next stitch 3 times, and end up with 18 stitches. Push bobbles outward. All right. Okay, so that was a lot. Let's do this. So into the next stitch, in the next stitch. All right. So we are going to yarn over, and we are going to, oh, first let's replace this marker into the last stitch we made. All right, now we can yarn over, and we're going to go into the next stitch. We're going to yarn over and pull up a loop, then we're going to yarn over and pull through 2 loops, then we're going to yarn over and put our hook into the same stitch. We're going to yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2 loops. So now we have 3 loops on our hook. We're going to yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. Okay, so that is 2 double crochet bob stitches in next stitch, and then we're going to do a single crochet in next stitch 5 times. So into the next stitch, we're going to do a single crochet stitch. Now we just have to repeat this 4 more times. So yarn over into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, then yarn over into that same stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. Then into the next stitch, put in your hook, yarn over, single crochet stitch. All right, so then we just have to repeat this 3 more times. Yarn over, put your hook into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over into the same stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Then we're going to yarn over, and you're going to pull through all 3 loops. Then into the next stitch, we're going to do a single crochet stitch. Okay, so then now we just have to repeat this 2 more times. So yarn over into the next stitch, put in your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over into the same stitch, put in your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Then we're going to yarn over and pull through all 3 loops, and then into the next stitch we're going to do a single crochet stitch. Do I have 5 yet? 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. So yarn over into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over into the same stitch, put in your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. Then in the next stitch we're going to do a single crochet stitch. So now we have all 5 2 double crochet bob stitches. We have to change to light gray. All right, so I'm actually going to undo this single crochet stitch. See, I told you I'd forget. So slowly pull that out until you reveal your loops here. We're going to stick our hook back into this loop and then just undo the rest. Now I'm going to take this loop and we're going to stretch it out like that so that we can set this aside. I'm going to grab the light gray here. Make sure this is light gray. Nope, that's dark gray. Where's my light gray? Hold on. Okay, this is my light gray. You just want to make sure you got the right one, but this light gray is not a lot, so that always worries me. But I'm going to grab the light gray and we're going to cast on using the slip knot. You can always rewind the video if you need to look back at how I did it. But I'm just going to do the quicker version for me. Or maybe not. Okay. Grab my project back. We're gonna start that last single crochet stitch. So into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop. I'm gonna set this aside. I'm gonna grab my light gray, slip it onto the hook, and we're gonna pull that through all the loops like that. All right. So now that we did that, we have to do 2 double crochet bob in next stitch. Oh my gosh, and we have to change to brown yarn. All right, let me show you how to do that. So let's start our 2 double crochet bob stitch. So yarn over, into the next stitch, put your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, then yarn over, into that same stitch, put in your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Now before we pull through all 3 loops, you want to set the gray aside. Okay, and then this is what I mean by juggling. You want to make sure you detangle your yarns. All right, grab the dark brown. Okay, and then we're going to take the dark brown, yarn over, and pull through all 3 loops. All right, so now we're going to continue with the dark brown. We're going to do a single crochet stitch in the next stitch. So single crochet stitch in the next stitch. Okay. Then we have to do 2 double crochet bob stitch in the next stitch, a single crochet stitch in the next stitch 3 times, and end up with 18. All right, so yarn over, into the next stitch, put in your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, into the same stitch, put in your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops, and then we're going to do a single crochet stitch, and then we just have to repeat this 2 more times. Let me gather up some more of this dark brown. I feel like the neck is very long unless it's supposed to bend out. I don't know. All right, let's repeat this 2 more times. Make sure you're not crocheting into the fiber fill or these other strands. So yarn over, into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, into that same stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Okay, then we're going to yarn over and pull through all 3 loops, single crochet stitch in the next stitch, and then we just have to repeat this 1 more time. Yarn over, into the next stitch, put in your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, into the same stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Okay, and then we're going to yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. And then let me just double check. We're changing to dark gray. So I am going to pull this out just a little bit like we did before. I'm going to grab the dark gray. So now we're juggling with 1, 2, 3, 4 colors. It's getting exciting now. Comment below, let me know how you're liking this process. I wouldn't be surprised if you don't like it at all. but this is, you know, this kit I definitely don't think is meant for beginners. Let me see, I'm having a hard enough time trying to detangle my dark yarn. Hold on. Right, we're going to cast on like I did before. Again, you can rewind the video to see how I did that step by step. But we've done this 3 times already, so hopefully you have an idea of how to do it. Wow. Okay, I said like the ASMR is the nice crunchiness of this yarn, but I hate that. Alright, go back into your project, tighten up that loop. Ooh. Tighten up the loop. We're going to do our single crochet stitch. Okay. Into the next stitch, put in your hook. We're going to yarn over and pull up a loop. I'm going to now set this aside and take the dark gray, slip that on here, gather up some yarn. I'm going to pull that loop through these 2 loops here, and I'm going to relocate this marker to the last stitch I just made, and it says push the bobbles out, so just to make sure that these little things are popping out. So that's basically what they mean by pushing out the bobbles. And as you're working with this, you might accidentally pop it back in. You can just pop it back out. Alright. So now we're going to do round 21. We have 2 single crochet stitches in the next stitch, a single crochet stitch in the next 5 stitches 3 times, and end up with 21. Alright, so into the next stitch, put in your hook. We're going to put 2 single crochet stitches in here, 1, 2, and then we're going to do 5 single crochet stitches in the next 5 stitches, or single crochet stitch in the next 5 stitches. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, and as I said, as we're working this, you might accidentally push those bobbles back in. You can just push it back out. But now I got to repeat this 2 more times. So into the next stitch, we're going to put 2 single crochet stitches, 1, 2, then we're going to do single crochet stitches in the next 5 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then we just have to repeat this 1 more time. Into the next stitch, we're doing 2 single crochet stitches, 1, 2. Then we're going to do 5 single crochet stitch in the next 5 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me just see if we are changing colors before I do the last one. Okay, we're not. So 5. Okay, I'm going to replace my marker to the last stitch I just made. Okay, and then try to push out these bobbles again. I don't know when you should really push them out, because we're still working here and you might crush them again. All right, next move, we're going to do a single crochet stitch in the next 8 stitches, and we're going to change to mid brown yarn. We're going to single crochet stitch in the next 3 stitches and change to dark gray yarn. Then we're going to single crochet stitch in the next 3 stitches and change to beige yarn. Then we're going to single crochet in the next 3 stitches and change to dark gray yarn. Single crochet stitch in the next 4 stitches and end up with 21 stitches. Now I probably have enough beige yarn to do the 3 stitches, but I actually was looking down here at round 24 looking for beige yarn. Oh, and it looks like round 23 has it too. We're gonna run out of beige yarn at some point, and that's insanity because, you know, I made tight stitches. There's not much room for error to waste the yarn. They just did not give you enough beige. Comment below if you have the same issue right now. But I'm gonna get some more dark gray and we're gonna start this round and see how far we get with this beige. So I honestly don't know exactly what I'm going to do. We have light beige from Grogu that I could use. So if that's the case, that's the case. It's not going to match and it's going to look all different, but I don't know what else to do. I mean, I could go out and look for the same color. It's nighttime. That's not going to happen. Okay. So we're going to single crochet stitch in the next 8 stitches and then we have to change. So I'm going to try not to do the last 8th single crochet stitch if I can remember. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so for the 8th one, we're going to be switching to mid brown. All right. So into the next stitch. Put in your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, set your yarn aside. We're going to try to pull out this mid yarn here. Mid brown right here. And you want to give yourself some leeway because we are dragging this yarn from the opposite side. And you don't want it to pull like crazy, so I'm actually going to lay this flat across the fiber fill, if you could see that, and pull it up so I give myself some slack. But I'm going to yarn over with this mid brown and we're going to complete this single crochet stitch to change to our mid brown. At this point now, you see that we've got a lot of tangle coming up around here. I'm just going to work my way around the yarns so that I can free my brown, my mid brown. There you go. And that's just what we're gonna have to do. It's easier to not have to keep cutting and recasting because that's precious yarn that I don't even know if we have enough of. All right, so now with the mid brown yarn, we're gonna do a single crochet stitch in the next 3 stitches, but we're gonna change to dark gray. So 1, 2, and then for the 3rd one, put in your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, set this aside. We're going to pick up our dark gray again, and we're going to yarn over and pull through both loops. And then it says single crochet stitch in the next 3 stitches, and we're changing to beige yarn. So into the next stitch, we're going to do 3 of these. So 1, 2, And then when we get to the third, stick in your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, set aside the dark gray. We have our beige, our tiny beige left. Try not to pull it too tightly, but we're going to yarn over and pull through both loops. And then we have to do 3 single crochet stitches. So 1, 2, and we are switching back to dark gray. 2. This is how much I have left. I'm just gonna tie it up to the light beige. It's not ideal, like I said, but that's the only yarn that I have left, and I don't think we're using light beige for Mandalorian. So tie this up. And you would do this anyway for any yarn that you need to attach onto another in case you accidentally cut it or something. And even when you go through some of these yarns, the manufacturer does this yarn knot to connect 2 spools together if it ran out. Okay, so now we're going to do our last single crochet stitch. So stick your hook into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop. We are switching back to dark gray. So grab your gray. We're going to yarn over, pull up a loop, and we're ready to go with the next instruction. So we are going to do a single crochet stitch in the next 4 stitches with a total of 21 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's just see first if we're switching to any color. In the following 3 rounds, when changing color, carry the dark gray behind your stitches, what we are doing, but leave the mid-brown and beige yarn hanging and pick it up in the next round. Okay, are we switching it to anything, people? Doesn't look like until we go to the next round. Okay, so let's just finish this. I'm going to replace this marker to the last stitch we made, and I'm just going to say this, but this guy either has one severely long neck, but what are we doing here? What are we doing here, Disney? Alright. So, for round 23, we're going to do a single crochet stitch in the next 6 stitches. 2 single crochet stitches in the next stitch, a single crochet stitch in the next stitch. I'm going to change to mid-brown yarn. Alright, let's just stop there because, you know, we'll do this piece by piece. So let's do 6 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, oh, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We're going to do 2 single crochet stitches in the next stitch. So 1, and then 2, and then we're going to do a single crochet stitch in the next stitch and change to mid-brown. So into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop. We're going to set this aside. I'm going to grab my mid-brown, and we need to do some detangling again, but alright, let's do this. So yarn over and pull through 2 loops, and we're going to follow the instructions for the next brown yarn ones. Let's see, single crochet stitch in the next 3 stitches. I'm going to change to dark gray. So 1, 2, and then 3, and I'm going to switch to dark gray. Let's just take our mid brown now and let's detangle it. Okay. Take our dark gray, yarn over. I'm going to pull through both loops. Alright, single crochet stitch in the next 2 stitches. 1, 2, then 2 single crochet stitches in the next stitch. 1, 2. Oh, and I didn't read ahead, damn it. I mean, pardon. 2 single crochet stitch in the next stitch. We're going to change to beige yarn, so I'm actually going to undo this one here. So slowly pull it out until you get those loops exposed. Slip the hook into this loop here. Pull the rest out. We're going to do this again, and we're going to switch to the beige yarn. Hold on, let me gather up some yarn here. I think this thing has gotten tangled. Okay. So, into the next stitch, in the same stitch, put in your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, set this one aside. I'm going to grab my beige yarn that is now tied to my light yarn. We're going to yarn over and pull through both loops. Then we're going to follow the instructions for this. So we're going to do a single crochet stitch in the next 3 stitches and change back to dark gray. Let me just detangle this for a second. Alright, so and I'll show you how to deal with any knots if you get any. Alright, so into the next stitch, we're going to do our single crochet stitch. You want to keep those manufactured knots or your own knots that you make towards the back by any means. Yarn over, we're going to pull up a loop, and then we're just going to do 2 more single crochet stitches with what is now light beige. Hopefully I won't need this color again. Okay. Oh, but we have to switch to dark gray. So for the last single crochet stitch, get your dark gray, and we're going to set this aside, yarn over, pull through both loops, and then we're going to follow instructions for the dark gray, which are single crochet stitch in the next 3 stitches. So 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Then we're going to do 2 single crochet stitches in the next stitch and end up with 24 stitches. 1 and 2. Okay, remove the marker, place it under the last stitch we made. So now we're on to 24. We're on 24. So we're going to do a single crochet. I just want to know what's up with all of this neck. But I think we're going to be building the shoulders after, so that might make sense. Okay, so we're going to do 9 single crochet stitches and change to mid brown. So let me gather up some yarn here, And I am experiencing some tangling. Okay. Alright, so 9 single crochet stitches. I'm going to stop at the 8th because we have to change to mid brown. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, for 9. All right, we're going to stop mid single crochet stitch. I'm going to hold this piece back, get our mid brown. Yarn over, pull through both loops. Okay. Then we're going to do 3 single crochet stitches and change to dark gray. So let me pull out my yarn here. I'm going to do 3 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, and on the third one we're going to switch to dark gray. Right. And then we're going to do 4 single crochet stitches and change to beige yarn. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're going to switch to beige, which in reality for us, or for me right now, is actually light beige. Okay, and then after that we are going to be doing 3 single crochet stitches and changing to dark gray. 1, 2, and 3. Change to dark gray. Right, and then for the dark gray we're going to do a single crochet stitch in the next 5 stitches and we're going to change to dark brown. Now, I think this is where we are done using all these colors, so I'm going to check after we finish this. So 5 single crochet stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, on the 5th one, let's start it, and we're going to pick up with the dark brown. Okay, and then I'm going to relocate this marker. Alright, let me just read ahead to see if we're changing any more colors. So we did this, we're doing round 25. This is with dark brown. This one is with dark brown. This one is with dark brown. Okay. Dark brown, dark brown, dark brown. We'll define, go on, go. Okay, so we're pretty much done with these colors, thank goodness. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do the dark gray one first. You just need like about an inch of this yarn. So cut it. We are going to tie this kind of loosely around the dark brown 2 times. 1, 2, just enough so that it doesn't, you know, get loose and then you'll lose it. Now for these other yarns, they're all kind of connected and close together. So I'm going to cut off again about an inch of, let's just do the light gray. And I'm going to do the same, like about an inch for the light beige or beige. And then I'm going to tie these 2 together. And you want to tie it loosely again because you don't want it to scrunch your project. You don't want it tugging or pulling to where the shape is then not right. Okay. Then we have this mid brown. I'm going to do the same. I'm going to give it like a little bit more than an inch because it's by its lonesome and I have to find a yarn to tie it around. So I'm going to tie it around this light gray one. And again, you want to do it to where you're not pulling your project. You want it to be able to keep its shape. Okay, so after I've tied it a couple of times for each color, then I can really detangle this mess I've made myself. Alright. So now we're just working with the brown, the dark brown. Okay, so let's see what we got to do. Alright, so now for round 25, we're going to do 2 single crochet stitches in the next stitch, a single crochet stitch in the next 7 stitches, 3 times and end up with 27. So into the next stitch, let's do 2 single crochet stitches. Then we're going to do 7 crochet stitches in each of the next, or a single crochet stitch in the next 7 stitches. I always say that wrong. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then I just have to repeat this 2 more times. 2 single crochet stitches, 1, 2, 7 single crochet stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Gather up some yarn. We just have to repeat this 1 more time. I think I just made this tangle. 2 single crochet stitches into the next stitch, 1, 2, and then we're going to do a single crochet stitch in the last 7 stitches. Okay, then I'm going to relocate this marker to the last stitch that we made. So now I'm going to do rows 26 and 27. We're going to do a single crochet stitch in each round, so pretty straightforward. And I'm going to do this in silence. Alright, I completed rounds 26 and 27. I'm going to relocate my marker and remove this one here. I am getting tangled up with my dark brown. I don't want to fix that. Yeah, this is the worst. Alright, so now for round 28, we have single crochet stitch in the next 10 stitches, and then we're going to do some DC bob stitching next. Alright, so let's do a single crochet stitch in the next 10 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. Then we have to do a 3 double crochet bob stitch in each of the next 4 stitches. So where we did 2, we just have to do it one more time to make 3. And I'll show you how to do that. So yarn over into the next stitch, yarn over again, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Make sure you clear your yarn. Yarn over into that same stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and then because this is 3 double crochet stitch, we're going to do this one more time. So yarn over into that same stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. So now we have 4 loops off of our hook. We're going to pull through all 4 loops. Okay. So now we just have to do this 3 more times. So yarn over into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over into that same stitch, put in your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, then yarn over into that same stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and then we're going to yarn over and pull through all through 4 loops. Okay, so we just have to do this 2 more times. Let me just get some yarn here. Alright, so yarn over into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over into the same stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over into that same stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and then yarn over and pull through all 4 loops. So we have 3, we just got to do one more. So yarn over into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over into the same stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over into that same stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, then we're going to yarn over and pull through all 4 loops. So we have 4 of these. Okay, so next we're going to single crochet stitch in the next 5 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right, and then we're going to do 3 double crochet bob stitches in each of the next 4 stitches. So I'm going to gather up some more yarn here. Okay, so yarn over into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over into the same stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, then yarn over into the same stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and I'm going to pull through all 4 loops, and then I'm just going to do this 4 more times. So I think at this point we probably get how to make these, and I guess we're making the feet. Okay, one more time. Okay, and then we're going to be doing, where am I? Alright, single crochet stitch in the last 4 stitches to end up with 27 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and because we did these 3 double crochet bob stitches, that just reminds me to go back in here and pop out the row that we did with these ones. So just go back up in here and push these ones out. Okay. Alright, push the bobbles that make up the feet from the inside so that they stick out. Alright. Let's move on to the next page. We're just going to do up to the body. When we do part 3, we're going to complete the other parts of the body. Alright, finish stuffing the head and stuff top half of body firmly, slightly less firmly below the waist. Alright, so I'm actually going to have to grab more stuffing, but I'm going to put this in here. Let's do this by pieces because I want to fill that neck, but I don't want to make it look bulgy. Okay, and then I'm actually gonna have to grab more stuffing, but let's read ahead. Alright, let me just grab a little bit more stuffing. Alright, so I got my own stuffing. It's not as soft as the one that Kit provides, but I'm just going to use this to stuff the lower body. You want to try to tuck in that fiber fill so that when you crochet you don't crochet into it. Okay, so let's see what we got to do next. So we are going to do a single crochet, stitch 2 together in the next, in the next stitch, and then we're going to do a single crochet stitch in the next stitch, and we're going to repeat this 9 times and end up with 18 stitches. Alright, so hopefully I have enough yarn to make it, but we'll see. Alright, so okay, so we're gonna do the single crochet 2 together, and I showed you guys how to do this before, so let's just do that now. Right, then we're gonna do a single crochet stitch, and then we just have to repeat these 2 stitches 8 more times. So single crochet 2 together, then a single crochet stitch, and we just have to repeat this 7 more times. Single crochet stitch 2 together, and then a single crochet stitch, and then we just have to repeat this 6 more times. And you know what I didn't do? I didn't relocate my marker. So let me just double check that I have 18 stitches. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. Okay. I'm going to make sure I relocate my marker to the last stitch I made. And then we're going to do round 30. So for round 30, we got to do single crochet 2 together 6 times. Let's see, and then we're going to end up with 6 stitches. Let's see, what else does it say? Fasten off, leaving a length of yarn about 15 inches long. Wait a minute. No, I'm at round 30. And I read the wrong round 31. Sorry. 2 single crochet stitches, a single crochet stitch in the next stitch 6 times, and end up with 12 stitches. Sorry about that. Alright, so single crochet 2 together, single crochet stitch, then we just have to repeat this 5 more times. Single crochet stitch 2 together, single crochet stitch, then we just have to repeat this 4 more times. Single crochet stitch 2 together, single crochet stitch, and then we just have to repeat this 3 more times. Okay, I'm a little excited. We're nearing the end of this. video. Now that the body is fully formed, it makes more sense to me now. I was a little concerned before because it looked like he had just a large neck, but it looks like in the next steps we are going to be building the extra parts, including his shoulder, so that should bulk out his torso, so it'll look a little bit better than just looking like one long neck. But I definitely see where they just decided to make his outfit long enough to cover up the feet so they didn't have to do individual legs. So it's almost as close to Mandalorian as you're gonna get. But I'm gonna remove this marker here and replace it to the last stitch I've made. And Mando is pretty long now, so I'm having a hard time keeping the whole body in frame and having it bend. It doesn't really bend that easy. But yeah, for round 31 we're going to do a single crochet stitch 2 together 6 times and end up with 6 stitches, and that's where we're going to fasten off, leaving about 15 inches long of yarn. So alright, so let's do a single crochet stitch 2 together and then a single crochet stitch. I'm going to repeat this 5 more times, single crochet stitch 2 together. Okay, single crochet stitch. Oh no, we're not doing a single crochet. Wow, shoot me now. It's kind of late too, so I'm definitely screwing this up. Alright, let's go back. Alright. I did the first single crochet stitch, single crochet 2 together. We're not doing the single crochet stitch, we're going to do a single crochet stitch 2 together right after that. Another single crochet stitch 2 together. Definitely had a brain fart there. Single crochet stitch 2 together. Single crochet stitch 2 together, and then single crochet stitch 2 together. Okay, I'm going to remove this marker. All right, let's see, do I have a bit of yarn left? Ooh. I'm going to cut my 15 inches and I'm just going to guesstimate that. You can whip out your ruler and measure it out. But I'm going to fasten it off, and to do that, you just yarn over and pull through the loop all the way out. And we're going to tighten up this stitch there. I am going to close it, but I'm going to see what else it's saying here. So finish stuffing and sew the hole at the base up neatly, then pull the yarn out at the middle of the front of din. What the heck is that? At the top of round 23, pull the yarn up to make sure the base lies flat to define the legs. Sew through the body from the top of round 24 to the top of round 23 at the middle back, and pull tightly. Go down 1 round, then sew the yarn back up through the front, and again pull tightly. Continue to do this, working down the legs round by round until you reach the base of the figure. Take the yarn through the base, knot tightly a couple times to secure it, then cut it. Alright, that was a doozy, wasn't it? But this is what they mean, so that you can make that little fold in there. Alright, so that kind of makes sense. So let's see, I'm gonna grab my needle, or let's see, I'm gonna grab a needle. I feel like there's another one hanging out somewhere. Nope, I'll find it later. But I have a bunch of these needles lying around, so I'm going to use this one. Okay, so I'm going to thread this up. And I'm not a sewer, as I always say, so I'm going to try to figure this out in the way that I know how, or don't know how. So I'm just going to weave myself in and out of these stitches, the 6 stitches, so that I can tighten up this opening. I don't need to stuff because I think I put enough stuffing in it already. So okay, and once I got that, I'm gonna just pull this. Now what they want you to do, I'm gonna stick this up in the middle. So they want you to count to the 23rd stitch. How am I gonna do that? Guess I've gotta count it. It's a long way down. Alright. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So I have to come up here, and I just gotta make sure that I'm coming up at the middle. So we know that this is 4 stitches each, so up at the 23rd I'm gonna come up this end. I don't know if it said front or back, but what we're gonna do is we're pulling that up. I'm gonna go back into the next row down, but I've got to come back out on this side. And I gotta make sure it's like, it's harder to see where the middle is after this. Alright, so we're just gonna hope for the best. I'm gonna go down a row. So I'm going down a row, and I'm just gonna keep doing this. We wanna make sure that we're pulling yarn to some extent so that it makes this fold in between. I don't even know if I'm in frame. Sorry, you guys. This is no longer my territory. think the back looks better than the front. But I think we're doing this maybe one more time, and then I'm gonna tie this up somewhere. Here we are. You can try to form this also. So here we kind of made our mark. Maybe I can loop it up. Alright, so now back here, I'm just gonna find a way to knot this up so that we can secure this piece and tuck it away. I'm going to cut this a little short. I'm going to come back in with my hook and go just under the surface of the body, yarn over, and we're going to drag this into the body. Until it's all gone. Okay, and then try to pull it out without the stuffing. So we've got our back, and we have our front. Not perfect, but good enough, I guess. Oh dear. And I feel like this is all twisty. Well, maybe he's looking out yonder. But here is what we have, you guys. We have Mando forming up now. I'm a little upset. This one is coming out. Okay. This is what it is. Alright. Alright, enough of that. So when we come back, we are going to do the arms, the shoulders, and the helmet side section. We have a shoulder strap and cloak, and then that's going to be the end of it. So comment below, let me know how this went. I'll put this sideways. Let me know what you think of this. It's cute, but it's a lot. At any rate, thank you so much, you guys, for watching. This is Isms by Josie. Please share, like, and subscribe for future videos. And I'll see you again next time. Thanks. Bye.